Today we're making the best, easiest baked beans. This is perfect for summer barbecues, but you can make it all year round. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients. This is a simple one, a real simple one, but it is super delicious. My family loves this. I tested this on about 30 people already because I made it a few times this year for barbecues, and everyone loves it. We'll start with the beans. I'm using Bush's Original baked beans. All right, so now you're probably saying to yourself, well, you're just using a can of these. I can just open one of those and serve it to my guests. You could, but it will be nowhere near as good as adding all this extra stuff to it. Now, Bush's makes about 15 different types of beans. I'm just using their original. You should be able to find them. If you can't, just use like an equivalent. They put like one little piece of bacon in here. We're gonna add a lot more bacon. Can you use dried beans? Absolutely. If you do, you know, do them overnight, soak them, do them in your Instapot, whatever. But you're gonna have to add a lot more liquid and everything else, which that's not a part of this recipe right now, okay? Just so you know, I just want to get that out of the way off the bat. Bacon. So we're using 12 ounces of bacon. What's good is that almost every brand and manufacturer of bacon now does not sell it by the pound. They sell it by 12-ounce packages. So if you have a 12-ounce package, that's what you're gonna use. 1/3 of that bacon I just diced. The remaining bacon, 2/3 of it, we're just gonna leave whole as strips because we're going to use this, we're gonna put it on top of the beans, and all that bacon fat is going to go all into our beans. 1 large yellow onion that I diced, 2 tablespoons of brown mustard, really any mustard would be fine. I have 1/3 of a cup of ketchup. I have 3 cloves of garlic that I minced. I have 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. That's light brown sugar, but you can use dark brown sugar too. So, you know, this is a simple one. This is a lot of stuff that you probably have on hand. And then 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Let's make it right now.
I have to make a face every time you say Worcester, because that's not the way to say it.
Worcestershire, that's what people told me to say.
It's Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
No, but it's not. That's not how they say it in England.
Okay.
All right, this is like the 900th time that I'm sure this will attract numerous comments. Feel free to comment about my pronunciation of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, so I have a large enough pan to hold all of the beans and the onions and all these ingredients. I'm gonna turn it to about medium heat, and then we're gonna put the bacon in. Okay, so this is just 4 ounces or 1/3 of that 12-ounce pack. And we're simply just gonna cook this over medium to maybe even a touch less than medium until the bacon renders all of its fat. Just spread it out, get it in the pan, and then we're gonna use this fat to saute the onions and everything else. So we don't have to, you know, we don't have to use oil or anything in this. We have all the fat that we need. Since everything goes really quickly, and I don't think I told you already, 325 degrees Fahrenheit oven, set it for the middle rack. Because after this is all done, we're gonna bake it. One more thing, you can do all this in a pan that's oven safe if you want, but I like to do it in a baking dish. The bacon will completely cover everything in an easy way. Okay, so the bacon has rendered the majority of its fat. So now it's like a lot of liquefied fat in our pan. So I'm just gonna leave the bacon in here and put the onion in. Let's get that onion coated with the bacon fat, and we'll let the onion cook, saute for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to get it nice and soft. Okay, so the onion's nice and soft now, and we will put the garlic in. All right, we're just gonna do this until the garlic gets fragrant, about 1 minute. Okay, that garlic smells good. So yeah, when you open up the can of beans, there'll always be like a little bit of, that's the fat from like the bacon and stuff, and there's always like one little piece of bacon there. Okay, that's it. And then in this liquid, now between all the bacon we're using and the salt in here, we're not gonna need any salt. If you got some beans left in the cans, just put a little bit of water in there so to take them all out. 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons brown mustard, 1/3 of a cup ketchup, 1/4 cup brown sugar. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it up, get it a little bit simmering just so everything can combine, all the flavors. You could bring it to a simmer boil if you want, but you don't have to. It's just as long as everything is distributed. All right, I'm gonna pull that off the heat, and then you can use, you know, you wanna make it fancy, you can use one of these, or, you know, if you're going to a barbecue, I recommend just using one of these. All right, because you just bring it and then you don't need it back, but we'll do it in this. Simply, we're just gonna pour this all in here. And then the bacon. So, you know, like this is like, it'll go a little too long, but these fit perfectly. The length of, this is a 9x13 baking dish. It holds about 4 quarts. Any standard 9x13 or one of those disposable metal ones. Those are half sheet, not half sheet, quarter sheet. Half sheet is like 12x18, 13x18, depending on where you measure from, and a quarter is going to be 9x13. And then a full size is something you're never going to use inside of a residential kitchen because it won't fit into your oven. Unless you are loaded and you have a special oven. We're going to put one more piece of bacon on because why not? All right, we'll just move it over like that. Perfect. If these were a lot higher here, I would definitely put it in here, but I would do it anyway, just in case for insurance. So nothing overflows into your oven. And we're simply going to bake this for 90 minutes to 120 minutes. It might even go 2 hours and 15 minutes. How do you know if it's done? It's how it looks. So most of the liquid is going to evaporate. They're going to get very sticky and condensed, and the bacon on top is going to be nice and brown, and it's going to have rendered all of its fat into your baked beans. We will check back in about 2 hours. It's been 2 hours and I was checking it. It still needs more time. I want to show you how it looks. So that's how it looks after 2 hours. Now, you might like it like this. Okay, it's still a good amount of liquid in there. That could be attributed to also because I washed out a can of beans and maybe a little bit of water was added to it. But I want this bacon to be cooked more into it, and I want it to reduce and get a little bit more sticky. So there is no problem at all for throwing this in for another 30 minutes or until it gets exactly how I want it to look. And I'll show you when we get there. All right, so I'm gonna pop it back in for another 30. So it's been 2 hours, it might take 2 hours and 30. You know, your oven's gonna be different, so it's fine. Totally fine, it's gonna be great. Tara's taste tester. I don't know how these videos are gonna come out, but there's been a few where Tara's been taste testing. Why is that, Tara? Is that because
James... it's the summer and it's really hard for us to corral the kids into a set schedule. Yeah. So if James isn't here when
he's hanging out with the boys,
when we're filming, then that's
hanging
that's
out
how
with
it is.
Hanging out with the boys, riding his bike. He's got camp. I mean, there's just a lot of things.
As much as he's a part of this channel, we don't like force him to be in our videos.
Absolutely. So we want to make this like a part of our regular. You know, it's 4 o'clock right now. He's not here, so that's it. You know, I'm not going to wait till 10 o'clock tonight or 9 o'clock to have him in. Yeah. Yeah. Which he probably would eat Taco Bell or something with his friends anyway, and he's not going to want to test it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I digress. Okay, so what I did, so this took 2 hours, this took 2 hours and like 20 minutes, and the last 2 minutes I broiled it. It just wasn't getting to where I wanted it. Tara, do you want one of the nice pieces of bacon or not?
No.
I figured you weren't. Okay, so what's nice is that the bacon shrunk, and now I can just pull some nice beans for you.
So do you know, and I think I probably have told you this, I never had baked beans until you made them. I've had like just the beans that are in the can.
They say baked beans, the ones in the can.
Yeah, but that's what I've had. Growing up when I was a kid, I never really had like anything like this. My mom would buy the vegetarian beans in the can, and we would just take it out of the can and like heat it up in a saucepan, I guess, and that's how we would eat them. So I never had anything like this until you made them for
my
me.
mom made these all the time. This was like one of my mom's specialties, and I would assume most people who grew up on Long Island or around here probably had something similar. They probably all got it from a magazine or something, but because I remember going to barbecues for my friends and, you know, family members, they were like, oh, did you have, you know, Bob's baked beans, you know, and then, you know, they're all the same. It's the same recipe. So I tried to make this super tangy. So I hope, you know, Tara, we'll see what you say.
Okay.
Oh, man. It's like my favorite thing. I absolutely love it.
I feel like that's as close to a dessert as you're going to get for a side dish. It's sticky. It's sweet. So that's why I say it's like a dessert. The smokiness from the pieces of bacon that you put in it is so good. It's delicious.
Okay. Thank you. And I know what the taste tester would give this. I know. What would you give it?
Honestly, I'm going to give this a 10 because it really, I can't think of anything I would do to improve it. It's like vastly superior to the canned beans that, that I had. I mean, it's so good. I don't see how anybody, unless you're vegetarian and can't have bacon, though you could probably make it without the bacon. I don't see how anybody wouldn't like this.
When you bake the beans for a long time, they take on a different texture. You want this, and I'll show you. You want this big ring around the beans. Basically, that shows you that where it reduced in the pan. Okay, so you want it to go down about an inch. You know, maybe in the summer you don't want to do your oven. Put them all in a cast iron pan. Okay, put it on your grill. Just close the grill. Cook. You know, set your grill to same thing, 325. Super simple to do. You know, that's what these are meant to do. I mean, this is actually supposed to be like a campfire recipe.
Do you know why? I'm starting to realize now why I said the dessert thing. I love in the Japanese restaurants where not many of them have it, but the red bean paste.
Oh, I love that.
That they serve for dessert.
Yeah, but they do it on the vanilla ice cream.
That's honestly like, this is kind of similar in texture and like the sweetness of it to that. So I think that's why in my mind I was like, oh, it tastes kind of like dessert.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were saying, where you were going with that, but yeah, I agree. We hope you make this. We hope you enjoy it. You can see right over here our cookbook. I don't think I addressed it in this video because this video is going to be coming out about 4 months before the cookbook. The book will be out around November, so save your money and buy like 5 or 10 copies. All right?
Give it to your friends.
Give it to your friends.
That's holiday gifts.
Yeah. All right. This won't be in the cookbook either. All right. We're not putting baked beans in the cookbook, but it's going to be most of our tried and true recipes. We'll see you next time.